Classic Cottages are the leading provider of holiday rental cottages in the southwest of England. Simon Tregenning was looking to recruit for a new MD position for his office based in Cornwall.
We reached a maturity where we're looking for someone else to help drive the company forward, and the strategy for that was to find a new managing director. So we got a huge range of applications from right around the world.
Facing both a large number of qualified responses and the logistical difficulties associated with interviewing applicants from all over the UK, he wanted to gain an insight into what sort of person the candidates were.
Really wanted help in that mid-section of the process of whittling down the CVs down to an interview list. Of the 300, worked through CVs down to a list of 100, and the OVIA system had allowed me to send out to 100 candidates a request to do an interview, a very short, simple interview, which allowed me to get from 100 candidates down to an interview list of 20. Now, had I not done that, and I had to work from 300 on paper to 20 to interview, I'm convinced that I would not have had the same 20. It was a hugely valuable part of the process that meant I didn't miss anyone out, and the people who arrived for interview were the ones I wanted to interview. And we didn't get any of those duff interviews where you think, oh my God, it's not going to work. That was, I think, the proof of the pudding, is that the 20 people we interviewed, they were long interviews, in-depth interviews and interesting interviews, because we had whittled down to a body of 20 people we wanted to actually speak to. You know, the rest of the process was as difficult as ever is, but I'm convinced we had a much better 20 than we would have had without the video process.
Here is what the winning candidate had to say about the OVIA interviewing experience.
I think once I got over the initial surprise, because I wasn't expecting it, I found the process very simple. Once you've connected up the webcam, it took you by the hand and led you through the process. It was fairly straightforward. Whenever you're in front of a camera, there's going to be an element of intimidation, but I think you can get through that quite quickly. The process helps you do that.
And the interview process allowed me to broaden the range of people I wanted to hear more from, and I gained an awful lot more information from the interview, from the visual of the video process, than I did from the paper. So that was the fundamental of it. It gave me this process right in the middle, so that I didn't miss out on a good candidate just because what I was interpreting on paper wasn't necessarily so.
Being a very environmentally conscientious company, Simon was keen to take advantage of a much greener way to interview candidates.
This, of course, is a hugely green operation, because if I had to invite 100 people to the west of Cornwall for an interview, that would be nightmarish. So the fact that I invited 20, not 100, has got a massive sort of carbon emissions impact. So yeah, it makes huge sense that we effectively interview people in the comfort of their own living room or at their own desk, rather than getting to schlep 600 miles down to Cornwall.
What was transparently obvious was I'm based in St Ives in Cambridge, and the business is based near St Ives in Cornwall, and that's a 6-hour run on a good day. So the idea that one could get through some of that process without making the journey made absolute sense from every possible angle.